Friendship is a treasured gift. And every time I talk with you, I feel like I'm getting richer and richer. That's a quote that I read a few days ago, and it resonated with me in such a true way. Friendships really are amazing. Every time I spend time with one of my good friends, I walk away feeling so refreshed and so enriched. Hi, my name is Kerry-Ann Powell. I'm a life strategist and an abundance coach. And frankly, just another girl who loves hanging out with her girlfriends. So I thank you for taking the time to watch this video and find out tips and ways you can enrich your friendships. Because I think we all would agree that friendships and relationships with other women are our lifeline. I mean, who else can you call when you see something hilarious on the street and know that they would automatically get it once you tell them? Your BFF, of course. Or who comes to your apartment with tissues, Haagen-Dazs, and a shoulder to cry on when you've just gotten your heart broken? Your good friends. So that's why it's so important for us to really invest, and that's what this is all about. So what I'm going to do is simply give you a few tips on things that I polled my good friends to find out how they stay connected when life gets so busy. Because you know, as we get more successful, our careers take off, we have more people in our lives, you know, children, husbands, boyfriends. And when our budgets become more and more packed with different line items, it can be like negotiating the peace talks to try to find time to schedule to get together with your friends. So this is simply a tool that you can use some of the tips actually today to have some time to connect with your friends. So are you ready to have a good time? All right, let's go for it. Tip number 1, do a Whole Foods run. I know it sounds silly, but hey, every diva's gotta eat, right? And even city girls, we cook ever so often. Grab an extra latte, have your girl meet you at the local farmer's market this weekend, or Whole Foods, and do some shopping together. You will kill 3 birds with 1 stone. 1, you get a chance to swap out those moldy strawberries in your refrigerator for fresh ones. I know you have them. 2, you'll be able to purchase really fresh organic foods. And 3, you may figure out what your friend's secret ingredient is for her sweet potato pie. Hey, you can't lose, right? Tip number 2, do Zumba for 2. Okay, why is it that whenever you want to go for a nice long run or a walk and exercise and do your body good, a very important task calls at you, like organizing your spice rack? I know, it's so weird. It happens to all of us. So how about scheduling a class like Zumba or yoga where every Tuesday or every Thursday, that's what you and your friends do? That way, the next time your spice rack comes a-calling, you can defer that for your girlfriend calling you out on those funky Latin moves. Tip number 3, do dinner in. So scheduling dinner out is always so troubling, and also getting a reservation, getting schedules, and not to mention the bill at the end, right? So how about scheduling dinner in? First of all, you've got to cook all that fresh produce you bought at the farmer's market, right? And your girlfriends always have really cool dishes that they can make or pick up at the grocery store. Either way, get some great bottles of wine, sit down, no fancy napkins, no silverware, just you, your girls, and some great conversation. Oh, and always take them up on the offer to clean up before they leave. Tip number 4, schedule your hair appointments at the same time. You and I know we spend quite a bit of time in the beauty salon. Our hairdressers sometimes know more about what's going on in our lives than our own mothers. How about taking the time to schedule your appointment and your girlfriend's appointment at the same time? That way, while you're sitting under the dryer, you can catch up on the housewives or on what's going on in each other's lives. It's a really great way to connect. Tip number 5, ladies at lunch in the park. One of the perks of working downtown is that there's always a local park close by. How about calling your girlfriend up, meeting under your favorite tree, and splitting a salad, a sandwich, and a San Pellegrino? But let me just say this one thing. Make sure you bring a blanket, because there's nothing worse than walking back to the office with grass stains on your skirt. Not good. Tip number 6, walk during lunch. If you're like most Americans, or better yet, if you're like me, you spend your entire workday sitting in meetings, sitting at your desk, just sitting all the time. How about grabbing a quick salad, having it at the office, and then going and spending the rest of your lunchtime walking around the block? Call your girlfriend to have her meet you, and you can spend the rest of the time gab-festing, right? That's what we do best, and catching up during lunch. It's a really great way to do the body good. Tip number 7, play dates. I know many of you already do this, but I can't do this video without saying it. Look, the kiddos have got to play. So really, seriously, schedule time, have your girlfriends that have little ones meet you at the playground, and you guys can truly catch up while the kids get dizzy on that spinning wheel thing. Remember those? They were fun. Tip number 8, free concert in the park. Now, every community now has a free concert or movie in the park series, right? So Google it, figure out the date that works best for you, and whoever can attend will attend. The important part is to get there early so you can get a good spot. Also, so you'll have enough time for everyone to catch up before the movie or the concert begins. And it is vitally important you've got great snacks, because nothing goes better with a nice sing-along than some really great cappuccino, right? Okay. Tip number 9, attend the same service at church. Now, most churches have multiple services. Why don't you just pick one and say that's the one you all are going to attend next week? Now, you're going to have to save seats because you know there's always one of your girlfriends that gets there late for praise and worship. It will annoy the ushers, but it will be really good for your friendships. And also, you might want to up the ante by doing brunch afterwards. Now, that's a great way to connect. Tip number 10, meet at the car wash. For those of you who like getting your car washed by hand, how about meeting your girlfriend at the local car spa and spend about 10 minutes catching up while they're detailing your cars? Sometimes all our friendship really needs is 10 minutes of a hug and a how you doing. Try it out. Tip number 11, do your laundry together. Okay, so if you live in one of those really chic, cool downtown apartments that are too small to hold a washer and dryer, you know some of you do, go to the laundromat, meet your friend there, you guys can help fold each other's clothes, catch up on what's going on in life, and talk about the cute guy that doesn't know how to separate his whites from his darks. Tip number 12, catch up at your kids' birthday parties. Now, every supermom knows that their kid's social calendar is way more packed than their own, which is amazing in its own right. But instead of fighting it, let it work for you. While you're at the birthday parties of one of the many birthday parties that your kids have this weekend, why don't you take some time to catch up with your girlfriends? While the kids are swinging at the piñata, you can take time to figure out what's the happenings in your girlfriend's life that are there. Tip number 13, talk on the phone while you're doing your chores. So sometimes you really can't see your friends face to face. But I have found that if you spend some time multitasking, which you know women are queens of it, it can really work in your favor. Impress your husband by unloading the dishwasher, folding all the laundry, and Swiffering the hardwood floors while you're simultaneously rescuing your friend from total self-destruction, right? I'm telling you, when you're finished with all of that, he'll still probably be on the first thing on his to-do list. Tip number 14, use technology. Sometimes your girlfriends are halfway across the world and you just are not able to see them as often as you would like. So I say use technology to your advantage. Schedule time to actually see each other on FaceTime, Skype, Google Plus Hangouts, anything that you can use, any tool you can get your hands on that will allow you to see when she's cracking herself up at the funny joke you just told over Skype. Tip number 15, protect your girls' night out. Sometimes you just have to have a full-blown girls' night out. So how about this? Schedule it way in advance so that it can get on everyone's calendar and that you actually protect it on yours. Put it on your iCal, your Google Calendar, your Outlook, and the paper calendar that's on your refrigerator. The point is, put it on there, lock it in, protect the time, don't reschedule. This is important to do because this is the lifeline of our life, our girls. Tip number 16, double, triple, or quadruple date. I know it sounds really high school, but I'm telling you, sometimes you just want to bring the fellas along. So schedule something that's not too girly. Maybe you can go to one of those, fancy schmancy adult bowling alleys, or one of those really cool golf entertainment centers, or you could just hop on a couple of segways and ride around the city. Either way, make sure you factor in some time so that, the fellas can connect as well. Because that way, you're building relationships with your couples. That's great. Tip number 17, play hooky together. Do you remember senior skip day? Yeah. Don't act like you didn't do it, we all did. That was the day we grabbed our good friends and we skipped class in senior year. We probably went to the movies or to the mall or something like that. Why not reenact that legitimately? So take off early from work next week, or maybe you'll just take off the whole entire day. Oh my gosh. But either way, meet your girlfriend at the movie theater, see the matinee show, and munch on some popcorn, some chocolate, and whatever you'd like to do. Channel your inner teenager, and you get a chance to do that without wearing those 1990s clothing. Regardless of what you do, use your creativity. Your friendships are so important, and the more you nurture them, spend time investing in them, it will really pay off because friendships are what keep us alive. They keep us enjoying life. And I'm telling you, it is so important. So if you felt like this was helpful for you, why don't you share it with some of your friends? Encourage them to come over and sign up to get the video. Also, if you have some other ideas and suggestions on ways that you yourself have been able to stay connected with your friendships, want to hear it. Comment below. Let's start a dialogue and figure out ways that we can add more to this list because this is not exhaustive at all. But I do want to thank you for taking the time to listen. If you think this has been really helpful and want to get some more weekly tips, come on over to my website at kerryannpowell.com. Sign up to get my weekly emails. I'm telling you, they're quick and they're short, but they have really cool ideas on how you can live an even more amazing life. Well, thanks again. Have a good one.